You have an internal guidance system that is uniquely yours, an inner compass, a part of you that reacts to your actual needs, values, dreams, boundaries, and longings instead of reacting only to fear, guilt, pressure, or the emotional expectations of the family system. And one of the first steps in healing from narcissistic or emotionally immature parents is reconnecting to that inner compass. For many people raised in toxic family dynamics, this idea feels almost absurd because they were conditioned to believe that safety comes from obedience, self-abandonment, and keeping everyone else emotionally comfortable. So when someone tells you to listen to yourself, set boundaries, disappoint people when necessary, and stop organizing your life around managing everyone else's emotions, it can feel terrifying, selfish, even immoral, like you are betraying your family. But what if the deeper betrayal is abandoning yourself in order to continue patterns that were already hurting everyone involved? I want to tell you about Adrian. Growing up, Adrian learned that peace in the family depended on keeping his mother emotionally stable. So he became agreeable, predictable, emotionally useful. He ignored his instincts constantly. When he wanted to move away, he stayed. When he wanted to pursue creative work, he chose a safe career instead. When relationships felt unhealthy, he tolerated them because conflict triggered overwhelming guilt. And over time, Adrian stopped knowing what he genuinely wanted at all. His life became organized around avoiding emotional disruption rather than pursuing truth. And this happens to many people from narcissistic family systems. They become so disconnected from themselves that even simple questions feel confusing. What do I actually want? What do I actually feel? What are my real boundaries? Because survival required constant self-betrayal for so long that the nervous system learned to treat authenticity as danger. But your inner compass is not selfish. In many ways, it is wiser than the unhealed parts of the family system because it moves toward truth, health, individuality, and aliveness. This is why individuation feels so uncomfortable, not because it is wrong, but because you are interrupting patterns that may have existed for generations. And discomfort is not proof that you are failing. Sometimes discomfort is simply the nervous system learning that survival no longer has to depend on abandoning yourself. Every time you pause long enough to ask yourself what you truly feel, what you genuinely want, and where your boundaries actually are, something begins changing, not only inside you, but in every relationship your life touches. Because eventually you begin realizing that what you truly wanted all along was not the painful belonging that came from self-erasure, but the clarity that comes from being connected to yourself. And once that connection strengthens, something profound happens. You begin trusting yourself. Even when you do not fully know where life is leading you, you develop the strength to remain present long enough to discover it. So here's a journaling prompt for today. Ask yourself honestly, what choices in my life are genuinely mine? And what choices are reactions to fear, guilt, obligation, or the need to maintain harmony in my family system? Write without censoring yourself. Because your inner compass may have been silenced for many years, but it has never disappeared. And healing often begins the moment you finally decide to listen. Want more practical information for healing from toxic family systems? Download your Break the Chains roadmap.